Welcome back to Solomon's Treasury. Today, we are not just talking about money. We are not just talking about how to make a quick buck or how to optimize your savings account. We are going to dive into something much deeper, something that touches the very core of human existence. We are going to talk about the true definition of prosperity, what it really means, where it comes from, and why so many people spend their entire lives chasing a version of success that leaves them feeling empty, while a select few seem to hold the keys to a kingdom of endless abundance. If you have ever felt like you are running on a hamster wheel, making progress but never truly arriving at peace, this video is specifically for you. Let's start with a scenario that I think we have all fantasized about at some point. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You walk into a high-end restaurant, the kind with the white tablecloths, the ambient lighting, the soft jazz playing in the background. You sit down and the waiter hands you that heavy, leather-bound menu. Now, for most people, there is an automatic, subconscious reflex that kicks in. You open the menu and your eyes immediately dart to the right side of the page. You are scanning the prices. You might see a steak you really want, but then you see the number next to it and you hesitate. You start doing mental math. Can I justify this? Is it worth it? Now imagine a different reality. Imagine opening that same menu and never looking at the right side. You look only at the left side. You ask yourself, what do I feel like eating today? What would nourish me? What would bring me joy? And you order it without a single pulse of anxiety about the bill. That is a very specific kind of freedom. But let's take it a step further. Maybe for you, prosperity isn't about the steak. Maybe it's about walking into a store and never checking your bank balance before tapping your card. It's that deep, exhaling breath of knowing that it is covered. However, if we stop at money, we are missing half the picture. I know people who can buy the entire restaurant I just described, but they cannot sit through a meal without checking their phone 5 times. They have the money, but they don't have the time to enjoy it. Is that prosperity? I don't think so. True prosperity might look different for you. Maybe it is the ability to wake up on a Tuesday morning and realize you don't have to rush out the door. Maybe it is having enough margin in your life to play with your kids until they get tired, without glancing at your watch thinking about the next meeting or the next deadline. Time is the one asset you can never earn back. You can lose $1 million and make it back tomorrow. You cannot get back the hour you just spent. So when we talk about the real meaning of prosperity, we have to include time sovereignty. It is about owning your day. It is the luxury of being present with the people you love, undistracted by the chaos of survival. If you have millions in the bank, but you are a slave to your schedule, you are just a rich prisoner. And here at Solomon's Treasury, we don't want to build prisons. We want to build palaces, but there is a third layer, and this is the one that really separates the superficially rich from the truly prosperous. It's a concept that goes beyond the physical. In the ancient Hebrew tradition, the word for peace is shalom. But shalom doesn't just mean no war. It implies wholeness, completeness, nothing missing, nothing broken. True prosperity is an internal state where your bank account, your relationships, and your soul are in alignment. What if I told you that real prosperity has nothing to do with the external number on a screen, and everything to do with a profound internal power? It is the ability to sleep soundly at night. It is the ability to face a crisis without falling apart. It is knowing who you are. The great truth we are exploring today is that the Jewish people haven't prospered for thousands of years just because they are good with money. They prosper because they understand that money is just a reflection of something much deeper, a spiritual and practical alignment that most of the world has forgotten. If this resonates with you, and you want to learn how to align your life with these ancient truths, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. Join our community and let's build this foundation together. There is a massive elephant in the room whenever we talk about this subject. People look at the statistics. They see that Jewish people make up less than 0.2% of the world's population, yet they represent over 20% of Nobel Prize winners. They see the representation in finance, in law, in media, in technology. And the lazy explanation is to say, well, they must be born with it. Or worse, people start believing in conspiracy theories about secret clubs and rigged systems. Let me kill that myth right now. The Jewish people do not prosper because they are biologically better or smarter than anyone else. If you took a child from any background, Asian, African, European, Latino, and raised them strictly according to these ancient wisdom principles, that child would produce the exact same results. It is not about race. It is about the software you are running in your brain. It is about a set of operating instructions for life that have been passed down, father to son, mother to daughter, for over 5,000 years. This is the most empowering part of this message. These codes are universal. They are like the laws of physics. Gravity does not care if you are a good person or a bad person, rich or poor, religious or atheist. If you jump off a building, you fall. If you build a plane according to aerodynamic laws, you fly. The principles of prosperity we are discussing are the aerodynamics of success. These ancient codes are open to anyone who has the humility to learn them and the discipline to apply them. We are talking about wisdom that explains why you are stuck in debt, why your relationships fail, and why you feel unfulfilled, and exactly how to fix it. This isn't about converting to a religion, it's about converting to a system of reality that actually works. It is about accessing a heritage of wisdom that has been beta tested in the real world for millennia. When we look at this ancestral wisdom, we see it dominates three specific areas with incredible excellence: money, relationships, and personal fulfillment. Most people are lucky if they get one of these right. You see the businessman who conquers Wall Street but loses his family. You see the artist who is deeply fulfilled but can't pay the rent. You see the socialite who knows everyone but feels empty inside. The ancient codes are designed to integrate these three things. They teach that you cannot have a healthy financial life if your relationships are toxic. They teach that you cannot have true peace if you are constantly worried about survival. These codes are the grand unified theory of a successful life. They are the keys to a life where you don't have to choose between success and happiness. You get to have both because they feed each other. So, here is a question for you. Do you believe that success is something you are born with? Or do you believe it is a skill that can be learned? I want to know your philosophy. Type "born" or "learned" in the comments below. Let's see what this community thinks. Let's talk about the first promise of these codes: a financial life without the roller coaster. Most people live in a cycle of feast and famine. When the economy is good, they spend. When the economy is bad, they panic. The ancient wisdom teaches a different way. It teaches us how to build a floor beneath our feet, a financial foundation so solid that the ups and downs of the market don't shake your house. This isn't just about saving pennies, it's about understanding the flow of money. It's about moving from being a consumer of resources to a manager of resources. It eliminates the anxiety of what if. Imagine living your life knowing that even if you lost your job tomorrow, you have a system in place that protects you and your family. That is the first gift of these codes: security. The second promise is about people. We live in a transactional world. Everyone is asking, "What can you do for me?" But these codes teach us about covenant. A covenant is a bond that says, "I am committed to your good, even when it costs me." When you build relationships on this level, whether in business or in your personal life, you create an unshakable network. The Jewish people are famous for their community support. Why? Because they understand that your network is your safety net. If you fall, the community catches you. If you have an idea, the community funds you. This isn't an exclusive club. It's a method of interacting with people that generates massive trust. And in business, trust is the ultimate currency. If people trust you, they will buy from you, they will hire you, and they will follow you. The third promise is perhaps the most mystical yet practical. It is the ability to see opportunities that others miss. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to find gold in the garbage? Why some entrepreneurs can look at a dying industry and see a billion-dollar idea? It's not luck, it's insight. These codes train your mind to look at the world differently. While the masses are complaining about problems, the student of wisdom is trained to see those problems as opportunities for profit and service. It is a mindset shift from victim to architect. You stop reacting to the world and you start shaping it. You develop an eye for potential in investments, in people, and in yourself. I want you to be honest with yourself right now. Which of these three areas is your weakest link? Is it your finances, your relationships, or your mindset? Drop a comment below saying just one word: money, people, or mind. Being honest is the first step to fixing it. So if this information is so powerful, why isn't it on the front page of every newspaper? Why doesn't every school teach this? Some people ask me, Rabbi or Solomon, isn't it dangerous to reveal these secrets to the public? Shouldn't this be kept within the circle? The truth is, these secrets are guarded by a very specific mechanism. They are not hidden in a vault. They are hidden behind the wall of character. You see, applying these principles requires you to change. It requires discipline. It requires delayed gratification. It requires honesty. And frankly, most people don't want to pay that price. They want the result without the ritual. They want the prize without the process. So the wisdom remains hidden in plain sight, accessible only to those willing to do the work. When I decide to share these 5 codes, as I am doing on this channel, I typically see 3 very distinct reactions. And I can almost guarantee you fall into one of these categories right now. The first group gets angry. They say, "Who do you think you are?" Or they get defensive about their own lack of success. They want to keep the wisdom secret because it makes them feel special, or they reject it because it challenges their worldview. The second group is the doubters. These are the cynics. They judge. They say, "That sounds too simple," or "That won't work for me." And they sit on the sidelines, arms crossed, watching other people get rich while they stay exactly where they are. Their skepticism is their comfort zone. But remember, skepticism never deposited a check into anyone's bank account. Then there is the third group, the implementers. These are the people who listen, maybe feel a bit challenged, but they say, "I'm going to try this." They take the codes, they apply them to their business, their marriage, their mindset. And these are the people who feel the change in their skin, in their pocket, and in their soul. Why am I sharing this? Because I don't care about the critics. I care about what the Creator thinks of me. My mission, Solomon's Treasury's mission, is to transform lives with love and wisdom. I believe that if more good people have more resources, the world becomes a better place. Poverty doesn't help anyone. Your misery doesn't serve the world. Your prosperity does. So which group are you in? Are you the critic, the cynic, or the implementer? I dare you to type implementer in the comments if you are ready to stop watching and start doing. Let's look at the data. The greatest proof that these codes work is not a theoretical argument. It is history. These principles have been around for over 5,000 years. Think about that. In that time, great empires have risen and fallen. Babylon, Rome, the Soviet Union. Currencies have collapsed. Borders have changed. But this wisdom, it remained intact. It has survived wars, persecutions, exiles, and every type of economic crisis imaginable. If a strategy works in the desert of Sinai, in the marketplaces of Babylon, in the ghettos of Europe, and in the skyscrapers of Manhattan, it is not a hack. It is a law. It is anti-fragile. It gets stronger under pressure. Most modern financial advice only works when things are going well. Buy low, sell high is great until the market crashes and you panic. But the Jewish codes of prosperity were often forged in times of extreme adversity. They teach you how to thrive when the world is shaking. They teach that when everyone else is retreating, that is your signal to advance. When everyone else is hoarding, that is your signal to give and invest. It is a counterintuitive approach that allows you to find abundance even in a desert. This is why you often see Jewish communities rebuilding so quickly after tragedies. They have a blueprint for reconstruction that is ingrained in their culture. I want to make sure we are grounded here. I'm not talking about magic spells. I'm not talking about sitting on your couch and manifesting $1 million without lifting a finger. That is a fantasy. I am talking about mechanics. Think of it like farming. If you plant the right seeds in the right soil at the right time and you water them, you will get a harvest. It is not luck, it is biology. Similarly, if you treat your money, your time, and your relationships according to these ancient laws, you will get prosperity. It is cause and effect. God created a world that operates on laws. These codes are simply the user manual for those laws. Do you believe that ancient wisdom can solve modern problems like inflation and burnout? Or do you think we need new solutions for new times? Let me know your perspective in the comments. We are reaching the end of this introductory journey, and I have to give you a serious heads up. Once you learn these 5 codes, which we are going to break down in detail in the upcoming videos, you cannot unlearn them. It's like seeing the arrow in the FedEx logo. Once you see it, it's always there. You will never look at a transaction the same way again. You will never look at your job the same way. When you see someone struggling financially, you won't just see bad luck. You will see exactly which principle they are violating. When you see someone prospering, you will understand the mechanics behind it. You are going to start seeing the matrix of reality. This brings a certain responsibility. Ignorance is bliss, they say. When you don't know better, you can blame the government. You can blame your boss. You can blame your upbringing. But once you hold these keys in your hand, you have no one left to blame but yourself. If you know the path to freedom and you choose to stay in the cage, that is a choice. And frankly, that state is more painful than not knowing at all. So before you continue with this channel, before you watch the next video where we reveal code number 1, ask yourself, am I really ready to change? Am I ready to handle the responsibility of abundance? Because prosperity isn't just for you. It's so you can be a conduit of good for others. If your answer is yes, then you are in the right place. We are about to embark on a journey that will dismantle your old beliefs about money and rebuild them on a rock-solid foundation. We are going to explore the mysteries of the Hebrew language, the secrets of the Sabbath, the power of tzedakah, charity, and the art of negotiation. This is not just a YouTube channel. This is a school of wisdom. And the tuition? It's just your attention and your willingness to act. The 5 codes are waiting for you. The life you want, the freedom to look at the left side of the menu, the time to be with your family, the peace in your heart is available. But you have to reach out and grab it. If you are ready to unlock code number 1, you need to do 3 things right now. First, like this video so we can spread this wisdom to more people who need it. Second, comment, I am ready below, so I know who is coming with me on this journey. And finally, share this video with one person you want to see prosper alongside you. Don't keep this treasure to yourself. I'll see you in the next video, where the real work begins. Welcome to the Treasury.